reports are calling them the Lost Ones. The police think they're missing persons, but I know the truth. Dracula has invaded Gotham City and is turning its citizens into vampires.
To become vampire is to heighten all of one's senses.
As the Batman, I have sworn to preserve life. But if I'm to uphold this oath, I must discover a way to reverse Dracula's fiendish handiwork. After extensive research, I've identified the key superstitions surrounding the legend of Dracula. Now, using the unparalleled analytical power of the Batwave, we must unearth the facts behind these superstitions, because it's only with the power of science that we can defeat Dracula and save the Lost Ones. Superstition. Dracula originally comes from Transylvania. Fact. Writer Bram Stoker's character Count Dracula lived in the Transylvanian province of Romania and was based on a warrior prince from the 1400s named Vlad Dracul. But the vampire legend actually goes back 4,000 years to the ancient land of Mesopotamia. It is here that stories originated of a creature called Lamashtu who would feed on the blood of young men, bringing disease and nightmares to them. Superstition. Sunlight will harm a vampire. Fact. A rare blood condition called porphyria makes people extremely sensitive to sunlight. If exposed to the sun for prolonged periods, this condition will even cause the skin to blister and burn. Superstition. Vampires are repelled by the smell or touch of garlic. Fact. When eaten, raw garlic promotes good blood circulation and protects against disease. But it also causes the body to secrete a toxin that will repel a variety of insects, including blood-sucking mosquitoes. Superstition. Dracula can control people's minds by putting them under a hypnotic trance. Fact. Hypnosis, or the ability to put people in a state of increased receptivity to suggestion, has been scientifically verified. Even though the medical community has studied hypnosis for over 200 years, it still disagrees on whether its effects are caused by a chemical or psychological process in the body. Some people, however, are known to have the ability to resist hypnotic suggestion. Superstition. Vampires have superhuman strength and heightened physical speed. Fact. In emergency situations, the human body will trigger a fight or flight impulse that pushes its capabilities beyond their normal limits. In such cases, the brain releases a chemical called adrenaline that dilates the pupils and causes the heart to beat faster, pumping massive amounts of blood and oxygen to the muscles. These physical functions prepare the body to confront the danger with increased strength or run from it with amazing speed. Superstition. Being bitten by a vampire will turn you into one. Fact. This superstition may come from centuries past, when common diseases were not fully understood by science. Rabies, for example, can be transmitted to human beings through animal bites. If bitten, people will exhibit symptoms such as a loss of appetite, increased sensitivity to light, and the inability to look at themselves in a mirror. Rabies can be completely cured if medical treatment is obtained immediately. Superstition. Vampires can live for thousands of years. Fact. While no evidence exists for such a prolonged lifespan in humans, scientific studies have found that a regular exercise program and a diet filled with balanced meals can allow a person to live over 100 years.
Join me, Batman, in my Legion of the Undead.
Now that the Batwave has given me the facts behind the superstitions, I have the tools to defeat Dracula. But I must act quickly if I'm going to find an antidote for the Lost Ones. Because night has fallen over Gotham, and Dracula will not wait.
What's that noise?
Months of blood, sweat, and tears.
We love that.
We're rolling?
This is a fabulous little screenplay here. And we get to play Bat a little darker green, which is fun. And you also have some great scenes with Miss Vicky. You're the more likable Batman.
Batman, dark, very little sense of humor. Get the job done, don't say too much, hide behind the cowl, get the hell out of Dodge. I donned this cape and cowl with the intention of preserving life, even in its lowest form.
Mike was talking about earlier about you thinking that you killed Joker.
Right.
So there's a broodingness element as you were commenting on Mike.
He doesn't think he killed him, but he may have been instrumental in his death, and it's something he's never really wanted to kill anyone ever. So even Joker, it's pretty upsetting. It's kind of something that weighs on him.
Take 15.
I donned this cape and cowl with the intention of preserving life, even in its lowest form.
Nice. Let's take that.
I mean, a lot of the key of finding the voice to any character is looking at the drawing, figuring out physically what that character is going to look like, and then playing this head game where you know, what would this drawing sound like?
That Fruit Loop's got the step on me. I'm as dependable as the dodo.
The picture definitely helped. He had these big red eyes and these like pinpoint pupils and this wild, somewhat dreadlock-looking hair, and the teeth looked razor sharp, and he had this sick look, and that's when it just kind of happened, and I just, my Pengy, you really know how to shake. A challenge for me in voiceover is when they would ask me to do this character completely out of left field, a character that has nothing to do with whatever you were doing. Joker's loose! Joker's loose! Engage lockdown! Engage lockdown! Back to your cells! It's fun. I like to ask the director, what do you want me to do? What do you want? And they'll say, give us like a Robert Stack or something like that. You want that tea? You want that tea, guy?
Yeah, why not? Do Mr. T, I told him you could do it.
Joker's loose! Engage lockdown! Back to your cells, now!
Oh, Joker's loose. Engage lockdown. Back to your cells.
These guys are going to be pretty legit. We're going to play everything very prime time legit, right? For the most part?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So 22, that's going to be too toony. Let's try it again. 22, a legit orderly of your choice, but the same direction.
Take 3.
The Joker's loose. Engage lockdown. Back to your cells.
Good. And give me another one varying the volumes.
Take 4.
The Joker's loose. Engage lockdown. Back to your cells. Get back to your cells.
I'm usually never satisfied with doing a line just once. I definitely like doing it multiple times because, yeah, you get to try different ways. I personally love to go all over the place with it.
The show must go on. 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 The show must go on.
Is that right? See, how many times did we do that line? When I do any kind of voiceover, I do use some my facial expressions or my my hands. I notice sometimes my hands will be up here or out there, and those movements actually help me get into the character, or it just comes out from the character. So I really don't try to, keep still and just use my voice. That kind of freezes the process a little bit.
When acting with just your voice, it often behooves you to use your body. And actually, if you watch some of the record sessions, people will flail their arms and make faces. And it's actually kind of interesting to watch a lot of the cartoon guys kind of turn into cartoons themselves.
I need to have my body and my hands to flail around and go crazy and get into it. You need that. You gotta go nuts.
I find that I tend to physically change. I kind of crowd the mic and I kind of take a superhero stance and just kind of get up on the mic.
You dropped your coat. You dropped your coat.
I don't think I've ever used a chair during a voiceover session in 12 years. Tom, do you want a chair? No, I don't need a chair.
It's like a fishbowl, and all you get is these heads. And when you do good, they go like this. And when you do bad, they go like this.
Excellent. Thank you.